There are times when I used to ask God, why did you allow this to happen? Now that is just me. These are humans. It's not like God forced me to go there and make this kid.
We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't widen what doesn't.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? Guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend. Mambos, habari zenyu, saseni. I hope everyone is doing fine. If you're new to Julie Onyando's channel, Julie Onyando's Take, you're highly welcome. Karibu, 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 karibu. Please subscribe, please like, please join the family. For return subscribers, thank you so much. Filen libendang kansateni sana erokamano uru. Thank you so much for sticking out with me. I do appreciate that. Let's talk about things that people don't like to talk about. Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about life like it is. Now, if you check one of my videos, I'll figure out which one that is and put it. Oh yeah, I remember that's the video where I was talking about things that how my life changed when I came to Germany, or things that our culture shock in Germany. If I'm not wrong, I'll figure out which one that was and I'll put it up here or here, whichever place. It will appear somewhere definitely. Why am I excited? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Listen, so like in one of my videos I said since coming to German I've become some things are better explained in the Kenyan way. Nimekuwa mtu wa mjengo na so I was with one of my friends last weekend and we are constructing something and it was so tired. Trust me, my muscles are still paining. Seriously, my muscles are paining. After that I went and made my nails just to make me feel a little bit better, but it's a lot of work. We are not done, we are still in the process. But like I said, since I came to Germany, most of the things when it comes to your house, you do them on your own. So we were busy carrying our bricks there with the wheelbarrow, pushing, carrying sands, looking just miserable from top to bottom. Then I can't remember what she said, and it reminded me of one of my exes back in my 20s, my earlier 20s. And it's brought an interesting topic, or an interesting topic that we started talking about, and that is everything that's happening in your life. Everything happens for a reason. At that point when that thing is happening, honestly, it won't make sense to you. It really won't make sense. Most of the time it doesn't make sense. Most of the time it seems so unfair. But everything does happen for a reason. Like I said, some things are better explained the Kenyan way. I'm telling you, with this guy, niliosha vyombo, nakwambia nilisugua manguo, mopping, being this, wearing long skirts, going to church, like we are family, me, myself, my kid and the guy. In my mind, in my head, I had decided, God, finally you have sent me someone, because I really wanted to have a family. Like I've said in one of my videos, I'll also clip it somewhere here. I really wanted to belong. I really wanted something, or I wanted what do you call this again? I wanted a unit that I could call my own. I really wanted a family. So me being me, if I ever got in a relationship or with flings with these guys, in my mind I always went Chanel. So now this is the one. Now this is the one. Then you do everything. You do everything you're expected to do. You act wife. If please, just this is a side note. There is this show I enjoy watching, and it's called The Divorce Court. Listen, if you're in a relationship or you're somewhere, anything to do with relationships, just watch Divorce Court. Just watch one episode, you'll become an addict. I mean, it's so interesting about the things people go through in relationships in the name of trying to make it work. It's crazy. People go through stuff. So Julie was there playing wife. I really played wife to guys in my 20s, and anyone who came in my world, let me put it that way, I gave it my all, because in my mind I was like, finally, God, now this is the one. Then it doesn't work, and if someone shows up, I'm like, God, now I hope this is the one. Of course, some of them you watch from distance and you know that's a waste of my time, but well, I really did try to find a family, but nothing worked for me. And now when we're talking about this story with my friend Becky, there are many Beckys, so if you know which Becky I'm talking about, that's the one. If you don't know, good. So I was talking with Becky about this, and we just started laughing, and we're like, God, if God had allowed my prayers to be answered the way I wanted it to be answered, then I would still be somewhere in plot 10 mahali naosha manguo na mama wa plot 10 tukisugua manguo, tukiongea about, tukigossip about neighbor plot 9 and plot 11. Like, life happens for a reason. When things happen in your life, at that time when they're happening, honestly, they seem so wrong. You ask God, why are you not answering my prayers? Why are things not working? Of all, I'm giving it my all. Although I'm trying to do my best, why is this relationship not working? But listen, God is answering your prayers. He's answering your prayers, just not the way you're picturing it in your mind. You're seeing this handsome boy here and asking God, I want a handsome husband, when God knows what you really want is not a handsome husband, but you want a husband. So instead of God giving you this handsome boy, He's preparing a responsible man for you, because that is what you need. That's the desire of your heart. It's not these cosmetic prayers that you make, these cute prayers that you pray. When we are speaking to God, most of the time, we give the cute version of our prayers. We give the cute version of our desires. But God sees your heart, and God knows really what is deep in your heart, and that is what God is answering to. I had my kid in my early 20s. Actually, I was 20. Hey, Esabu is not for all of us. You just don't stress me with that. I had my kids in my 20s. So 20s to 30, those are the ages where people do a lot of crap. Let me just say that and leave it at that, because that's the age that people do a lot of drama. Most of my friends, the ones I call friends and I've stuck with them until now, honestly, I met them in my 20s. 20s are the years where you're supposed to learn yourself. 20s are the years where you experiment and you do everything. Now, Julie wasn't in a chance to do all these things that all my mates were doing and my friends were doing, because Julie was a mother. And honestly speaking, I used to feel left out, because there's some things I couldn't do because, hello, I'm a mom. There's some outings I couldn't go because, hey, I had to be at home and babysit. There's some money I couldn't spend somewhere because, hello, I'm supposed to be responsible and cater for my kid. There was some activities I could not partake in because I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be forebuild. What is a forebuild? An example? Forebuild. German, you're really messing me up. Forebuild. What is forebuild? Picture. Forebuild. Inspiration to your kids. So there's some things that I really couldn't do because I was like, you're a mom. And honestly speaking, there's a period in my life, or there are some places or things that took place in my life where if I honestly was alone, I would say I would have given up. There's some things that happened in my life that at one point I really thought I don't want to live anymore. And the only reason I moved on, or the only reason I stuck, was because I was a mom. So when I got my kid, and I love her to death, I love this girl. When I got my kid, there are times when I used to ask God, why did you allow this to happen? Now that is just me. These are humans. It's not like God forced me to go there and make this kid. God did not make me have a kid, but I'm like, God, why do I have a kid and other people don't have kids, and see they're living their life and blah blah blah, and they're like, wow, they really have the freedom. There are times when I felt like that, but I thank God that I had my kid, because if I didn't have my kids, God, Julie, you would have messed up. You really would have messed up, because we're going to leave that at that. I said in one of my videos about nursing, I said in Kenya, which is true, I said in Kenya the only job I ever did was marketing. I did merchandising, I did inaitwa nini, mali kwa mali. God, I really tried, guys. I really tried. I did mali kwa mali, I did merchandising, I was in BBK, the best team, the best guys to ever work with. My God, backless guys. If you are there, you know, we had fun in Barclays. My God, BBK was fun. Now, when I'm talking about fun, I had fun with my team. I had fun with my colleagues, but I hated my job. I hated marketing job. Honestly, I've never liked marketing job, but that is the only job I ever had in Kenya. So I used to ask God, why am I not satisfied? Why am I not getting something that's fulfilling to me? I see some other people in careers where they're really enjoying and they're really having fun. I remember there are some some friends of mine. Now I'm not going to mention names, because there are some friends of mine back in primary school, way to secondary school, the people I used to compete with in class, but because of life circumstances, they went this direction, I went another direction. And I would look at the list and I'm like, God, that is where I was supposed to be heading. Why am I where I am? Why are things not working out the way I want them to work? Now, looking back, I'm telling myself, or how I'm seeing it is, if God had allowed me to enjoy my marketing work, or to find a job, not even enjoy my marketing work, let's come back on that. If God had allowed me to find a job in the marketing department that was paying me so well that I felt too comfortable to get out of it, I would have stuck at this job because of the money. Because for me, most of my life in Kenya, not even most of my life, actually in Kenya, it was all about how can I pay my bills. So if I had gotten a job that would help me live very comfortably, paying my bills, I wouldn't have thought of leaving Kenya. Let that be a fact. And I wouldn't have gotten to nursing, which has turned out to be manna from heaven, because I've never had another job that has fulfilled me emotionally like nursing has. I love my job. I love how it makes me feel. I just love the emotional attachment I have to nursing. I'm proud of being a nurse. I'm proud of the work I do. I love the work I do. I mean, like any other part of the world, circumstances could be better, but if you ask me right now, which other job would I rather do? Is it marketing or is it nursing? Nursing, please. Yeah, I love what I do. So I thank God that He didn't answer my prayer back then when I was asking God to please give me a job in Kenya that would make me okay in a marketing department. I would have been there, but I would have never ever gotten the satisfaction of the job. So thank you, God, for not answering that prayer. Like I said, in my younger years, I dated a lot of frogs. So there is one wow, I want to say there's one frog I dated. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah. So I dated this guy and he had money. Money was not a problem. My God, he had money. I had no problem with money, but I was really miserable in this relationship. I gave it my all. I really did give it my all, but it just didn't work. And I was asking God, what did I ever do wrong? What did I ever do wrong that I can't find a relationship where I can stick? Now I have this guy and I have all the money I need. Why is this still not working? But listen, if God had allowed me to remain in that relationship, if God had allowed that relationship to work, I would have been in this relationship. I would have had all the money I needed, but I wouldn't have I wasn't mature enough to budget for that money like I would budget for it now. If somebody would take me back to that relationship and I have that money that I had back then, God, what I would do with that money. So yeah, God had to get me out of that place because I was not ready to handle the amount of money God had given me in that relationships. That's how I'm looking at it, because I know 100% sure if I had remained in that relationship, I wouldn't have developed both financially and emotionally and maturity like I am right now. So that was a stepping stone. And yes, God did not allow my prayer to be answered the way I wanted it back then, because He had another plan for me. Everything happens for a reason. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be discouraged. Don't give up. Don't give up on your prayer. It's not that God is shutting His ears. It's not that He's not listening. It's not that He's not answering. He's already answered your prayer. It's not happening the way you want it to happen. The steps that you're following are not the steps that God has in plan. He listened to your prayers. He's answered that prayer, and yes, you will get the desires of you. Like I always say, do your part and God will do the rest. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say go pray and then sit and wait for God to do. Pray, but also do your part. Let's not get mixed up here. Whatever it is I say, even if when I talk to anybody, when I'm talking about God, when I'm talking about the Bible, when I talk about prayers, that is one thing that sometimes I say, let me not put Christians, let me say religion. Sometimes people who are religious forget, or rather interpret the Bible to suit their religious purposes. The Bible said pray, but it did not say pray and fold your arms. Pray, but do your part. Then God will do the rest. Okay? So don't give up. He has a plan. He's heard your prayers. And yes, your dreams will come to pass. And whatever it is you're going through right now, it's happening for a reason. Trust me. Or if you don't trust me, trust God. And if you don't trust God, trust that thing you trust, because everybody believes in something. For me, I believe in God, and I know everything happens for a reason. Okay? Have a blessed day. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in my next. Bye-bye.
Well, we fell apart just in time. You say at least it was one.